All right, welcome back to the channel. I got a few minutes, so I'm gonna do a breakdown on this beauty here. This is the one section of the Woodpeckers. I think it's a one-time tool. I couldn't guarantee you anything. You'd have to go to their website. I bought this thing. I'm going to say at least 4 years ago. Don't quote me on that, because like I said, I can't remember if this is a one-time tool or if they keep it in stock. I haven't really seen anybody else talk about this specific tool. And to be 100% honest, like I mentioned in my stories on Instagram and everything else, I completely forgot I had this. So I bought this when I was working in Mississippi, when I started my company, and I was doing a bunch of cabinets. So I was starting to get a lot of cabinet jobs because I was starting to utilize story poles in a manner of for face frames, shelves, so on and so forth. And the cool thing about this is it has both standard and metric, or your inch and millimeters in increments. And if I can zoom in here, let's see. As you can see that. So it comes with two sections. It comes with three total sections. Two of them are 32 inches long, and the last section is the first section is I would say probably 33 inches long, for the additional stop on the bottom of this. So let's break this down. We have the two. It comes with 4 of these locking mechanisms here. Just like any track saw or such, you can lock all 3 of these sections together to create an 8-foot story pole. Now, if you need anything more than that, then you'll have to make your own custom story pole out of whatever material, market, so on and so forth. So it comes with a stop, which is nice, because when you set it to 0, it actually keeps the metal from hitting the ground or scratching any surfaces. And then you can actually lock this onto your workpiece. It also comes with 3 or 4 of these, which is your standard stop, gauge, whatever you want to call it. This thickness, this width here, is the same as this. So say you set this at so you want to set it at 15 off the floor. It's an inch thick, so it'll be 15 to the bottom if you set it on the floor. And then when you go to hook the piece, when you hook it here, it'll actually be it'll actually give you the right mark if you mark the top side. These stops are really cool on how they lock on. So I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but it has a slight additional thickness where the screw comes through. If you can see it right there, where it actually slides in to the channel here with these bolts. It slides in so that when you lock it down, it doesn't spin. It locks down and keeps it centered, keeps it perfectly level. Now these are laser engraved, laser imprinted. They're red. Woodpecker makes exceptional tools. Their locking screws have crosshatch on them to give you a little bit of grip when locking these together. So, like I said, you can utilize this if you want to set it at 15. You set it at 15, and then you set it at 15 at the bottom here. And then you can, that puts you at 15 from the floor to the bottom of here. And then when you go to hook it on your workpiece, so say you hook it, this surpasses here, surpasses the edge here. Let me see if I can show you that. See how it surpasses the edge there? Surpasses there, then you can lock it onto your piece, and then you mark the top, and that gives you 15 from the top of the stop. And like I said, this is 32 inches, which is actually 33 inches to the bottom part of this. If you lock all of these together, like I said, you get a full 96 inches. Let's see if I can get that to focus. 96 inches, or whatever 2,430 millimeters is. So let's talk about this offset stop. So you got the thickness of this. So say you're trying to transfer your mark, say you set it at 83 inches. You have them hooked together. This is on the top portion. You're trying to transfer this mark down to here without utilizing a square. So they come with 3 of these, I believe, that offsets this all the way down to your workpiece. And it does it on both sides so that you can transfer the mark on either side of your workpiece. That is very useful when you're trying to work on the flat, when trying to do whatever. Like I said, it comes with 3 of those, I believe, 3 of the other ones. And it also comes with this this offset, or I don't know, I have to look at the paperwork and see what it's called. That's the offset. Then you got the standard, and then you got this guy. So yeah, it looks kind of funky. So here. So this is for if you are measuring in between 2 pieces. So you can, so say you're measuring the inside of a drawer and you want to mark that on a piece of plywood or an additional piece of material. So you set this, you put one here, put another one here. My other ones are downstairs in the in its case. Put one here, put the other one here. So when you go to transfer the mark, this will be on the inside of your workpiece, and then you can transfer it over here on the back side. So you got it just straight line, straight across. Or this is an inch, so you can offset an inch if you need an inch, or you can offset an inch this way if you need an inch. It also comes with these center markers here and here, so that you can align whatever you want to align to. Say 53 inches. You got offset to 54 and 52. So you can do that at any point. Like I said, it's so versatile. I mean, if you do anything, framing, carpentry, trying to set all your doors at the same height, say you got a laser line and you want to set everything at the same height off of the floor, you set all of these up 8 feet. Should reach inside a standard one. You set your stop so that you can adjust the height to make sure that you're on your mark, and then you keep your 80-inch height or 80.5-inch height for all your header heights for your door jambs and such. Windows are the same way. You can also utilize it for layout for if you have a bunch of windows that have a bunch of rails, vertical rails going up in between the windows. You can use this to measure and mark and cut all of your window sills. So anyways, it's a very versatile tool. If they ever pop it back up, I might even take advantage and get another one. I don't know how much it cost when I originally bought it. I can promise you it probably wasn't cheap. It was one of the first major expensive measuring investments that I made in my company when I started it back up. So, you know, I looked long and hard. I tried to decide on whether I was going to do it or not, and I did. One more thing I wanted to show you before I get off here, but Woodpecker also has these stops. So they have these stops here. You can utilize them for your miter saw stations, your if you're doing repetitive cuts on your track saw or whatever it is, you can utilize them. But I bought 4 of these. They're not expensive. I don't quote me on this again. I think they're like maybe 10, 12 bucks or less a piece. They could be less. I'm not sure, but they're really versatile. But you can put them on and say you're doing shelves. So you want to put that one on. You want to mark your next one, and then you want to get that one out of the way. You put your next one up, so on and so forth. It's just another method of adding versatility to your story pole from Woodpeckers. Now, if you don't have one of these, and if they were a one-time tool, occasionally Woodpeckers does bring them back out, bring their one-time tools back out for a secondary run, especially if they have a high demand for it. Not everybody's going to see the value in buying a. I couldn't honestly tell you what I paid for this. Probably at the time $200 or $300. To be honest with you, it was so long ago I couldn't even. I mean, the cost to buy one now would probably be a little bit more expensive. But now that I have it back in my arsenal, now that I have it back ready to go, I will be putting it into my daily workflow. I will be utilizing it a lot more because you can break it down into your subsections of 32 inches, which is very versatile when you're doing cabinet work, because you can mark all your heights for your rail and stiles, your doors, offsets, so on and so forth. You can put them together, build your doors and drawers and layout things and so on and so forth. That's why I said if they ever come back out with one, I would absolutely love to get a second one so I can have one for both sides. But that being said, there's other ways to do this. You can actually make your own variant, make your own stops, or get the stops like I was showing you here from Woodpeckers, or whatever company you want to get them from. You can get the Incra tracks and utilize the Incra tracks, connect them together if you're 24-inch sections, 32. I have a bunch of those down there, which I will utilize those too. I'm trying to increase my precision on how I create story poles, doors, door layouts, so on and so forth on my cabinetry, because everything I do is custom. It's not like a standard 24-inch cabinet or whatever. Like, I made a 22.5 by 10-inch deep cabinet. All the drawers were custom sizes, all the drawer fronts were custom sizes. You know, I made a standard 36-inch tall and 24-inch tall cabinet, 24-inch wide and 80-inch tall cabinets for a project. but it's very rare that I make a standard size cabinet. And even if I do, the door, I oversize everything and utilize as much space inside as possible. So anyways, there's my breakdown of this beauty, the Woodpeckers, potentially one-time tool, already retired story pole. And I look forward to putting this further into my processes, also using the Incra ones down there. So that being said, that's it for this this episode. Please reach out if you have any questions. Catch me on Facebook, Instagram, leave a comment here, I'll reply. You can catch me on my email, any of the above. Like just shoot me anything. I'm not big on super detailed stuff. If you have a question, I will do the research though and get you an answer. I will not leave you hanging. I don't believe in that kind of stuff. I will utilize the time, and even if it takes me a couple days. So this is more just information, trying to add value to people, let you know that there's multiple ways to make story poles, from utilizing something like this, making your own stops, to ordering something like this when it comes up available, taking a piece of scrap wood, laying everything out on it, labeling it, marking it, and then transferring those marks onto said workpiece. So there's many variants of this, but yeah, sorry for the longevity, but I wanted to put as much detail as possible into this, and give you as much information as I possibly could with the knowledge that I have, just breaking it down and explaining it. Hopefully this was valuable to you. I promised everybody I would get this video up, so I'll get it loaded up, and it should be released in the next few days. If you're watching this, then that means I loaded it up a few days ago and got it released. I've got a few other videos in the wind waiting to be released on this YouTube channel, and like I said, I'm just trying to add value. I'm making a list of things I'm going to start breaking down for this channel, and just things I'd like to pass on, knowledge, experience, so on and so forth. So stay tuned, and have a great day, and love the process.